Today's critique focuses on the Week 6 advertising layout and visual strategy for Hacienda el Maguey Nopal flower, assessing how well it balances its premium lifestyle appeal with functional product education.
And you know, we really need to dive right into the core of this because the overarching strategy here is fascinating.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, as I understand it from the notes, the argument here is that the product bridges ancient tradition and modern convenience.
Right, exactly.
And they really establish that aesthetic. I love the warm, natural color palette. And, that elegant serif typography it's gorgeous.
Oh, absolutely. It instantly communicates heritage. It has this very premium, high-end wellness retreat vibe that just works so well.
It does. But I have a bit of a pushback based on managerial decision memo, number 3.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, if the biggest consumer barrier is the fear of cactus slime, does all this beautiful lifestyle imagery accidentally obscure the practical solution?
Right, that is the big question. Is there a risk that focusing solely on that emotional lifestyle aspect might overlook the functional hurdle entirely?
Yeah, because we want this spa experience, but we don't want to see the messy plumbing that makes it happen, right?
That's a great way to put it. The current visual hierarchy buries the product's most crucial functional differentiator beneath its emotional lifestyle appeal.
So the aesthetic is actually working against the primary selling point.
In a way, yeah. While the ad leans beautifully into that ancient wellness made easy lifestyle angle, the internal memo clearly states the primary barrier to entry is the slime stigma associated with Nopal.
Right, the texture. People are biologically wired to be put off by slimy food because it signals spoilage.
Exactly, it's a huge hurdle. And currently, the no slime differentiator is relegated to this tiny badge on the bag and some, small print on the point-of-sale display.
I was squinting just trying to find it.
Right? It lacks the visual prominence required to immediately assuage the target audience's core hesitation.
Okay, so we know what's wrong. How do we fix it without just slapping a giant, ugly neon sticker across this beautiful layout?
Well, we elevate the functional proof to equal footing with the emotional hook, using the Chapter 8 design principles of contrast and proportion to draw the eye immediately to the solution.
Contrast and proportion. Okay, what does that actually look like in practice here?
So, for example, you could add the specific subheadline suggested in the memo, everything good about Nopal, none of the slime.
Oh, I like that.
Right? And you place that directly beneath the main Ancient Wellness Made Easy headline.
That makes sense. The eye naturally drops right down to it. What about the packaging render itself?
We need to dramatically increase the size and contrast of the no slime text on that actual package render. Just blow it up.
Make it undeniable.
Exactly. Another concrete example would be to use a high-contrast reverse outbox, like light text on a dark background.
Specifically for the words no slime.
Yes. It breaks the visual pattern of the page and literally forces the viewer to read it.
That's a really sharp tactical fix. Okay, let's look closely at the section discussing the visual comparison between the core, the raw cactus, and the power, the finished smoothie and powder.
Right, the middle section of the layout.
Yeah, and, to me, it feels a bit like a magic trick where the magician just completely skips the prestige.
Oh, that's an interesting analogy. How so?
Well, we see the slimy raw ingredient, and we see the perfect end result, but we don't actually see the magic of it dissolving smoothly.
That makes total sense, but could the evidence also support a different conclusion? Like the lack of a transition actually creating consumer skepticism rather than trust?
Oh, definitely. If I don't see it happen, I don't believe it.
Exactly. The layout's visual flow successfully establishes the starting ingredient and the final result, but it misses the opportunity to clearly demonstrate the physical transition between the two.
Because right now it's just static images, right?
Yeah. The advertisement relies on static images of raw cactus and a finished green smoothie to prove the no slime claim.
Which is a huge leap of faith for the consumer.
It is. According to Chapter 8 layout principles, movement should guide the viewer through a logical sequence. The abrupt jump from visibly mucilaginous cactus to a perfectly smooth drink asks the consumer to take a leap of faith, completely missing the crucial proof of performance demonstration.
So we're basically just hoping they trust us.
And they won't. So we need to introduce visual stepping stones or directional cues that explicitly show the product dissolving or mixing effortlessly, creating a cohesive visual narrative of transformation.
Okay, but how do we actually show that in a static print ad without it looking like an instruction manual?
We can use a Gestalt continuity element.
Gestalt? Break that down for me a bit.
Sure. It's basically about how the brain connects visual dots. So you use an overlaid sweeping graphic line or like a stylized arrow, leading from the dry powder directly into the liquid.
Oh, so the eye physically has to travel the path of the transformation.
Exactly. Another option for print or static digital formats is to add a small inset macro photo, specifically showing a spoon easily stirring the powder into a glass of water without clumping.
Oh, wow. Yeah, dissolving it in clear water with just a spoon, that's bulletproof.
It is. It removes all the doubt. And, if this is adapted for digital or social channels, they could utilize a quick 3-panel sequence or a short-form video GIF.
Just literally showing the powder hitting the liquid and instantly dissolving.
Right. You just show them the undeniable reality.
Okay, so a key theme running through this material seems to be delivering ancient wellness easily and without friction.
That's definitely the vibe they are going for. Yeah.
Okay, so what I really like about this bottom part of the layout is the elegant use of serif and sans serif fonts to separate the headline from the body copy, perfectly adhering to the Chapter 8 typography guidelines.
It is very well executed typographically.
But here is my concern. By trying to show every way to use the product, blend it, bold it, bake it, alongside a POS display and all these benefit icons, is the ad asking the audience to read way too much?
That's clearly laid out. I wonder, though, if we've considered if providing too much proof actually dilutes the call to action.
I mean, it just feels so cluttered down there.
It does. The lower section of the advertisement risks diluting the primary call to action by overwhelming the reader with secondary, high-density copy.
Which violates the whole easy and without friction promise, right?
Entirely. Best practices for layouts emphasize avoiding excessive text and maintaining a clear focal point.
And the bottom half of this ad is just packed.
Right. It contains 3 application photos, multiple text-heavy benefit icons, a complex POS display with its own bullet points, and a QR code.
It's like a brick wall of text.
This violates the principle of simplicity, drastically increasing cognitive load for a consumer who is likely just scanning the page.
Right. People don't read ads, they scan them. So how do we fix this cognitive overload?
We have to streamline the bottom half copy to emphasize only the most compelling information, ruthlessly cutting redundant text to give the layout necessary breathing room.
Ruthless editing. Okay, let's get out the red pen. What goes first?
Well, let's look at the 4 benefit icons. Plant-based, digestive support, solar-dried, Florida-grown.
They take up a lot of space right now.
So let's consolidate them into a single, sleek, horizontal visual bar with minimal text. Let the symbols do the work.
Oh, that opens up so much white space immediately. What about the POS display?
We simplify the text on the embedded POS display to strip away the repeated bullet points.
Because they already read those points higher up on the package.
Exactly. Leave only, add a scoop, no slime, $1.50.
Short, punchy, gets right to the point. I love that.
And for the rest of it, we need to apply the layout rule of setting copy to no wider than 39 characters strictly to any remaining body text beneath those blend it, bold it, bake it visuals.
Why 39 characters specifically? Is that just an arbitrary design rule?
No, it's physiological. If a line is too wide, the reader's eye gets tired tracking back to the start of the next line, and they just stop reading. Narrow columns ensure rapid, effortless scanning.
Which, again, keeps the actual experience of reading the ad frictionless.
Exactly. You have to match the layout mechanics to the brand promise.
This has been incredibly insightful. Let's quickly recap our 3 actionable takeaways for this layout.
Sounds good?
First, we need to elevate the no slime functional differentiator to the headline level, treating it as the primary barrier that needs solving. Second, we have to create a visual bridge, like a Gestalt line or a macro photo, showing the powder actually dissolving so the consumer doesn't have to take a leap of faith.
Right.
And finally, we need to ruthlessly declutter the bottom half typography to reduce cognitive load, strictly adhering to that 39-character limit for easy scanning.
Those 3 changes will completely transform how the reader processes this ad.
I can see what you're going for here, and the aesthetic foundation is already so strong. Let's see how we can strengthen this functional layout even further.
Absolutely.
We invite the listener to implement these layout changes and submit the revised advertisement back to the critique for further feedback.